Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Barry and this is a British style 6-round pub quiz. I call it the quiz and riddle because we start with the answer to last week's riddle and we finish with a new riddle. Before we start though, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Alistair, who's left me several comments which are very encouraging. So thank you, Alistair. Now if you want to keep score, please add your score at the end. If not, I hope you enjoy it just as much. On to last week's riddle, which was, with famous father's name I grew, though brown-eyed once my locks turned new. From teacher's desk to Ottawa's view, it should have said who am I? It was Justin Trudeau. Well done if you got the riddle. Now some rounds are going to be quite challenging, it might be worth having a notepad or use your phone. I'd be very grateful if you do me a favour. I'd like to ask for some feedback at the end. I need to know, am I too fast or too slow, or the question too easy or too hard? Absolutely any information will help. So thank you, good luck, and I hope you enjoy it. Right, let's start at the beginning with round one. Question 1. What name is given to the fictional mushroom species from the Mario franchise? Question 2. What is Apple's slogan? Question 3. Blue Ribbon Sports became Nike and Brad's Drink became Pepsi, but what company started out as Backrub? Question 4. Which famously sluggish animal spends much of its life upside down? Question 5. What do we call the process by which water vapour turns into liquid water? Question 6. What is an apparently spontaneous public performance by a group that quickly disperses? Question 7. What does the B in USB stand for? Question 8. What is the longest river in Asia? Question 9. Which Asian country is home to the most active volcanoes? This is since the year 1800. Question 10. Which is the only chess piece that cannot move backwards? And that's it for round 1. Hopefully a couple of easy ones to get you going. We'll now move on to round 2, which is film quotations. All of these are famous quotations from equally famous films. I'll give you the quotation. All you have to do is name the film. I'll try not to do impressions. Number 1. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Please name the film. 2. I'm king of the world. 3. There's no place like home. 4. Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. 5. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. 6. Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. 7. We rob banks. 8. Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten me into. 9. Show me the money. 10. You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. And that's it for film quotations. What we'll do now is go back and review rounds 1 and 2 and cover the answers. Round 1 answers. What name is given to the fictional mushroom species from the Mario franchise? They are Goomba. 2. What is Apple's slogan? It is Think Different. 3. Blue Ribbon Sports became Nike and Brad's drink became Pepsi. But what started out as Backrub? It is Google. 4. Which famously sluggish animal spends much of its life upside down? It's a sloth. What do we call the process by which water vapour turns into liquid water? That is condensation. Number 6. What is an apparently spontaneous public performance by a group that quickly disperses called? It's a flash mob. I'll accept flash dance, of course. 7. What does the B in USB stand for? It is bus. 8. What is the longest river in Asia? It is the Yangtze River. 9. Which Asian country is home to the most active volcanoes since 1800? It is Indonesia. 10. What is the only chess piece that cannot move backwards? It is the pawn. Congratulations if you got most of them. We'll now review the answers to round 2. Film quotations. Number 1. You're gonna need a bigger boat. That quotation is from Jaws. Number 2. I'm king of the world. That is from Titanic. Number 3. There's no place like home. Is from The Wizard of Oz. 4. Carpe diem, seize the day boys, make your lives extraordinary, is from the Dead Poets Society. 5. Keep your friends close but your enemies closer, is from The Godfather Part 2, but I will accept any Godfather answer. 6. Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads, is from Back to the Future. 7. We rob banks, is appropriately from Bonnie and Clyde. 8. Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten me into, is from Sons of the Desert, Laurel and Hardy. I always thought it was fine mess. 9. Show me the money, is from Jerry Maguire. And 10. You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. It's an old one from On the Waterfront. And that's it for the film quotations answers. We'll now do rounds 3 and 4, and at the end of round 4 we'll cover the answers again. Hope you're enjoying it. Round 3 is literature. Might be a little testing. We have 10 points, one for each correct pair. On the left you have famous characters from novels. On the right you have 10 authors who actually wrote those characters. All you have to do is match the correct character and author. If, for example, you thought Catherine Earnshaw was written by J.K. Rowling, you'd have 1E as the answer. Good luck, you've got 1.5 minutes. That was literature. Hopefully it was a bit of a challenge. We'll now move on to round 4, which is true or false. There are 10 questions, whole history based, and the answer is simply true or false. You've got 10 seconds for each. Question 1. The Titanic sank in 1920. Is that true or false? Two. Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492. 3. The 100 Years' War lasted 116 years. 4. The Black Death was a pandemic in the 18th century. 5. The Zulu kingdom was founded by Shaka Zulu. 6. The Wright brothers' first flight ended with a crash into a haystack. 7. Alexander the Great once named a city after his pet dog. 8. Mozart composed his first symphony when he was 5 years old. 9. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 lasted between 38 and 45 minutes. 10. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the iPhone than to the Great Pyramid of Giza. 'And that's it for round 4 true or false. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll now review the answers for the last 2 rounds. So here's the answers for round 3 literature. If you remember, what we had to do was match up the character on the left with the author on the right. Number 1. Catherine Earnshaw was written by D. Emily Bronte, so that's 1D. 2. Ollie Golightly was written by G. Truman Capote, 2G. 3. Oliver Twist was written by F. Charles Dickens, 3F. 4. Rhett Butler was written by C. Margaret Mitchell, 4C. 5. Katniss Everdeen was written by I. Suzanne Collins, 5I. 6. Christian Grey was written by A. E. L. James, 6A. 7. Albus Dumbledore was written by E. J. K. Rowling, 7E. 8. Amy March was written by J. Louisa May Alcott, 8J. 9. Phileas Fogg was written by B. Jules Verne, 9B. And 10. Anne Shirley was written by H. L. M. Montgomery, 10H. Congratulations if you got all or most of them. Well done. And the answers to round 4, true or false. Like all quizzes, some are easy, some are not. Depends on whether you know them. So, question 1. The Titanic sank in 1920. True or false? It's false. The Titanic sank on the 14th of April 1912. Question 2. Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492. Also false. He was the first European to see Bahamas and Hispaniola, but he then headed south instead of north. Question 3. The 100 Years' War lasted 116 years. Is true. It lasted from 1337 to 1453. Question 4. The Black Death was a pandemic in the 18th century. Is false. It was in the 14th century, approximately 1346 to 1353. Question 5. The Zulu kingdom was founded by Shaka Zulu. Is true. Shaka was a Zulu chief from 1816 to 1828. Question 6. The Wright brothers' first flight ended with a crash into a haystack. Is false. It lasted 12 seconds and covered 120 feet without finding a haystack. Question 7. Alexander the Great once named a city after his pet dog. Is true. Peritas is believed to have been in Pakistan and was named after his dog. Question 8. Mozart composed his first symphony when he was 5 years old. Is false. He was 8 years old and it was performed in Chelsea in 1764. So he's a bit of a slacker, really. Question 9. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 lasted between 38 and 45 minutes. Is true. It is the shortest recorded war in history. Question 10. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the iPhone than to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Is true. The pyramid was built around 2560 BC. Cleopatra lived from 69 to 30 BC. And the first iPhone was released in 2007 AD. Hopefully that was a fun round. It's a bit of guesswork for some. Let's move on and we'll now look at rounds 5 and 6. Round 5 is Connect 4 Answers. There are 4 questions in each round. Each of the answers shares something in common. There's 1 point for each correct answer and 1 further point for naming the thing they share in common. There's 2 sets of questions, meaning there are 10 points available in total. Good luck. Question 1. Which 2010 science fiction thriller explores the concept of shared dreaming, where a thief infiltrates his target's subconscious minds to extract information? Question 2. In which 2014 film do a group of astronauts travel through a wormhole near Saturn seeking a viable new home for humanity? Question 3. Which 2017 war film dramatises the evacuation of Allied soldiers from the beaches of northern France during World War II? Question 4. Which 2020 movie features an unnamed protagonist manipulating the flow of time to prevent a global catastrophe? There's all four together. And the second set of questions. 1. What term describes the triangular landform created by sediment deposits at the mouth of a river? Two. In Greek mythology, which mountain nymph was cursed to only repeat the final words she heard, leaving her to the heartbreak over Narcissus? 3. Named after an early 20th century vaudeville performer, which ballroom dance is typically performed in 4/4 time with both slow and quick steps? 4. In which sport do players use an assortment of clubs to hit small balls into a series of holes on a course, aiming to use the fewest strokes possible? And that's it for Connect 4 answers. Last round today, as always, is the picture round. 10 pictures, each with a question. Question 1. Who is this person? Question 2. Name the group. Question 3. Who is this TV and movie star? Question 4. What is this a close-up of? Question 5. Who is this sports person? Bit of an unusual picture. Question 6. Who is this historical figure? Question 7. Whose logo is this? Question 8 is name the film from this movie poster. 9. Which country has this flag? And question 10. Where is this? And that's it for the picture round. That's the last question of the quiz. We'll now do the answers and we'll do this week's riddle. So the answers to rounds 5 and 6. The first round was Connect 4 answers. Question 1. Which 2010 science fiction thriller explores the concept of shared dreaming, where a thief infiltrates his target's subconscious mind to extract information? That is Inception. 2. In which 2014 film do a group of astronauts travel through a wormhole near Saturn, seeking a viable new home for humanity? And that is Interstellar. 3. Which 2017 war film dramatises the evacuation of Allied soldiers from the beaches of northern France during World War II? Is Dunkirk. 4. Which 2020 movie features an unnamed protagonist manipulating the flow of time to prevent a global catastrophe? It is Tenet. All 4 together, so the answers are Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk and Tenet. What do they have in common? They are all films directed by Christopher Nolan. Second set of questions. 1. What term describes the triangular landform created by sediment deposits at the mouth of a river? It is a delta. 2. In Greek mythology, which mountain nymph was cursed to only repeat the final words she heard, leading her to heartbreak over Narcissus? That is Echo. 3. Named after an early 20th century vaudeville performer, which ballroom dance is typically performed in 4/4 time with both slow and quick steps? It is Foxtrot. 4. In which sport do players use an assortment of clubs to hit small balls into a series of holes on a course, aiming to use the fewest strokes possible? Easiest question of the lot. Golf. There they are together. Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf. What do they all have in common? They are all consecutive letters from the NATO phonetic alphabet. Round 6, the picture round. The answers. Number 1, who is this? It is Marilyn Monroe. Number 2, name the group. It is the Rolling Stones. Number 3, who is this TV and movie star? It is Taraji P. Henson. Number 4, what is this a close-up of? I knew it was too easy. It is a toothbrush. Number 5, who is this sports person? It is Sir Chris Hoy. Number 6, who is this historical figure? It is Galileo Galilei. Number 7, whose logo is this? It's one for the oldies, it's Kodak. Number 8, name the film from this poster. It is Flatliners. Number 9, which country has this flag? That flag belongs to North Korea. Number 10, where is this? It is the Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, Austria. And that's it for the picture round. Hope you've done well. Now we'll move on to the riddle. And this week's riddle is: with legs like pistons, I push through air, a Scottish pride in every day. In the cycling world, few can compare. Who am I? And with that, I shall wish you all a great week. Thank you very much.